Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to start off with the Nitowikwe custom deliveries, and then hopefully go and unlock the Pelupelu tribe quests. I'm going to keep on probably end up calling them tribe quests even though they renamed them to ally societies, because you know that's what it was for years. Anyway, we start off the, well, first let me go and check my audio again, just to make sure. Yeah, it sounds fine. We start off the Nitowikwe custom deliveries by talking to this railroad employee over here. I actually, before stream, I went and looked at, I went up to Shaloni to the station, thinking that I was going to start it from Nitowikwe, but, and I'm like, where's the quest? Then I realized, oh, and I go and when I look it up, I end up finding out it's actually from this guy here. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Laying new tracks. This railroad employee is come to Tuliolol in search of you. There you are. I'm so glad I found you. I work over at Zaktrol Railing. Shinza asked me to send you his way if I happen to see you. Not to alarm you, but there's trouble at the company again. It would mean the world to me if you could stop by and speak with him. He said he'd be waiting for you at Shaloni Station. Alright, let's talk to the employee again. If you could spare the time, Shinza said he'd be waiting for you at Shaloni Station. As for me, I'm off to watch your Meki. We're hurting for supplies, and I've been charged with finding an artisan to shore up our stock. Well, I mean, I'm literally wearing max crafter gear. Like, nearly max crafter gear. I could probably take care of it for you. Anyway, let's head on over to the station. Actually, also, I went to the wrong aetherite the first time. Alright. Station's over here to the northeast. I always get east and west mixed up. I don't know why. Like, north and south in my head is up and down. But then east and west to me, I don't have like left and right in my head. Ah, there he is. Hello, Shinza. Are we gonna work on the the train? Sweet baby Sunbeard, it's brilliant. What a relief to see you. First, I want to say how much we all appreciate you and the Dawn Servants for finding a solution to our noise problem. Yeah, that's what we did in 7.1. We went and worked with the, what are they called again? The Cat People tribe. And figured out that the Reddick were actually afraid of the, like, this big giant beast that had never been mentioned before until this quest for some reason. And then we ended up also figuring out that we could use like some aether warding stuff on the train, and that ended up working out just fine. First, yeah, okay, I read that already. With our new and improved train ready to roll, Zaktrol Railing is back in business. But for some reason, things have grown tense between Nitowikwe and the chief. When we ask them about it, they insist nothing's wrong. That's why we need you, Brilliant. I'm not really a like relationship expert. I don't know why you're asking me. After all you've done for us, they'd be a fool not to trust you. So what do you say? Will you help us figure out what got him hot under the so hot under the collar? Again, I'm not a relationship expert. I don't know why you're asking me. They're at the office now over in Resi Springs. Go on ahead and I'll be right behind you. Sure. Why are you asking me about this? I'm not a marriage counselor. I'd come with you now, but but they'd tie me to the track if they found out I'd drop with what I was doing. It'll take only a few minutes to wrap this up. I promise. Yeah. Why are you asking me to do this? This is a bit of a weird pretext for this. I'm sure that there's something else, and it's not like their relationship or anything, but the way he phrased it made it sound like they're having troubles with their marriage or something. What's happening, Nitowikwe? Oh, it's you, Brilliant. Sorry, but as you can see, I've got my hands full at the moment. Okay, Walika, what's going on? Shinza? Zawape? Zobia? You two didn't ask her here, did you? See what I mean? The whole damn company can tell that there's something off. That something's off. Nitowikwe, we need to come to an agreement on this. Yeah, it's not gonna be anything about the relationship. It's gonna be about, like, something goofy. Well, nothing you say is gonna change my mind. So I suggest you start listening to reason. Reason? Give me one good reason that we ought to take you out of the driver's seat. What? Oh, she doesn't want to be the train driver? Oh, don't be so dramatic. Look at you all, shaking like Renique calves. Why are you three even here? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Well, you see, these two dragged me in here, even though I thought I was going to be doing some crafting. Apparently, I'm a marriage counselor now. The boys got so worried that they came crying to you. Ah, well, I'm sorry they dragged you into this. Well, if I want to get my scripts, I'd better get through this. Now that you're here, though, I reckon we could use the unbiased perspective. Fine. You want the full story? Not really? As you know, Valquana and Brilliant went to great lengths to help us construct a much quieter locomotive. We've resumed northbound service to just outside of Vanguard, where the tracks end, but our work is far from over. As it stands, our company is faced with two large-scale projects. The first is to keep our daily operations running smoothly in order to bring in revenue. Business as usual, in other words. The second, however, is a new challenge. Reconnecting the tracks through Vanguard to Yasulani Station. Oh, okay, that's probably what we're going to be crafting stuff for. We're willing to perform the repairs ourselves, of course, but the land now falls under Alexandria's dome, beyond our jurisdiction. We can't just leave the tracks as they are. So we have been negotiating with the Wing of Reflection behind the scenes to make the necessary arrangements. On top of all his other duties, of which there are far too many, the new train is in many ways still a prototype, and we have a supply shortage. Okay, she wants to stop being the train driver so that she can, like, take care of some of this stuff. Because he's got way too much on his plate. That's why I offered to step down from driving to run the station, but this oaf won't even consider it. He'd rather work himself to an early grave, I suppose. Yeah, this seems like a smart decision, and of course, he doesn't want to do it. He just knows you're happiest at the throttle is all. It's clear you both worried sick about each other, so why not? The point is, I wouldn't need to give up driving if we could just convince a competent artisan to keep us stuck. Well, madam, I happen to be something of an artisan myself. An artisan, you say? Look no further. I could help. For a price. Nah, my character literally cannot do that. Don't you see this max crafting gear I'm wearing? It's even pentamelded. That was pretty expensive, you know? Second, I'm trying to adjust this. That's a little bit better. Nope, that's too much. There we go. You take commissions, Brilliant? No, but, I guess I can. Well now, that changes things. With fewer duties on the administrative side, she can manage both well enough. I don't know how she can manage it if she's on the other side of the zone in a train. Can I count on you to assist Nitowikwe with our daily operations then? I don't know how crafting things will help, but okay. Thank you, Brilliant. You'll be an asset to the railing, as if I wasn't already. Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you step outside with me for a moment? Certainly, madam. Right now that Brilliant has matters well in hand, two of us had better get back to work. Thanks again. Well, Walika, apparently you needed to see some reason. I can't thank you enough for offering to help. If I'd known you take commissions, I'd have asked you long ago. Well, I mean, not every player is a Omnicrafter. Anyway, Nitowikwe, what can I help you with? Words can scarcely express how relieved I am to have your help in this. Brilliant. Now, I'll get straight to the point. You ever tried keeping a locomotive quiet? Nope. It'll take plenty polish and plenty more maintenance, keeping everything in pristine condition. To ensure the work flows smoothly, allow me to introduce you to our local vendors. Oh yes, the script vendor and the materials vendor. Just like usual. If you acquire any materials, there's a good chance Papani Peyapewe sells them. As for Kenona, she'll take your scripts in exchange for a variety of quality goods. Anyway, I'll leave you to get started. Whenever you have something to deliver, come and speak with me. Now, I made sure not to go and use up all my custom delivery allowances this week, because I knew I was going to be doing this. Anyway, custom deliveries unlocked, Nitowikwe. There's the first achievement. Let's go ahead and, let's see, what do we need to make for first? It make raw grindstone, and they take 1 material each. Nice. I'm so glad they changed this from being 6 materials each, because it was so weird to do that. Because you literally just had to do 6 times 6, or it took 4 materials each. And also, I think did they get rid of the, yeah, they got rid of you being able to craft the actual materials. So, yep, here we go. The grindstones, let's go ahead and get 6 of these, and get crafting. Now, let's see. I can quick craft these, so we don't really need to think about it. Yeah, these are still level 90, so that's gonna be no problem. But for the later ones, we'll need to actually... oh wait, I only need to do 3. That's right. I remember this time, because every other custom deliveries I do on the first round, I always forget that you only need to do 3 for the first round. I think. We'll test that out in a second. I don't think I need to use veneration, but I'll just go ahead and do it anyway. Okay, I'm pretty sure we'll need 3, so let's go ahead and try and deliver them first. Thanks for coming, Brilliant. We need all the help we can get to keep our new train running whisper quiet. Go ahead and do, yeah. It's the same stuff they always do. Okay, let's go ahead and turn in the 3, because she only needs... Okay, let me just read this first. The key to keeping the train quiet... The key to keeping the train running quiet is to minimize creaks and groans. That's why we regular polish any parts that are quick to wear. Like the wheels. Brilliant! You've outdone yourself! I can scour the springs and never find something half as good as this. Yeah. Make it first 6 legally, earn trust. Yeah. It's the same stuff they always do. Yeah, it's only 3 for the first round. I'm glad I remembered that. We would have wasted a bit of time. Yeah, like the wheels. Scour the springs. Yep. Same thing as before. And this should finish off the first one. Keeping the train running. You're an awesome crafter. I know our engineers will be pleased as punch about this delivery. Wait here while I get it all squired away for 'em, would you? No problem. Sorry I took a while. As I was shelving the supplies, Malika got curious to see your handiwork. Suffice it to say, you've exceeded his expectations too. We really owe you one, Brilliant. Only one? With our train running so quietly, the Renake are going to be grazing undisturbed, and the locals have you to thank for that. Our passengers like it too, and when they're happy, the railing's happy. Watching those dome folk cry tears of joy after being kept from Shaloni for so long, I couldn't be prouder of our work. Speaking of which, there was another project I'd like you to help with. Give me some time to iron out the particulars, and I'll be in touch, alright? No problem. Let's see, we get some food I'll never use, and some materia I'll probably never use, because it's an even number materia. Okay, now considers you a marriage mediator. I said I wasn't a marriage counselor. Nitowikwe is pleased with your efforts. She now considers you a marriage mediator. And yet there is still so much more work to be done if the sectoral railing is to continue operating smoothly. To that end, Nitowikwe has a new favor to ask of you. Now then, I'd like to speak with you about the next project I have in mind. Something I think our passengers need. Cushions for the seats? For the dome dwellers? Some 30 years have passed, yeah? That would explain why so many of our southbound riders are middle-aged and older. Yet, save for our noise-dampening efforts, the train has largely remained the same, particularly the interior. With poor lighting and hard wooden seats... Oh, am I actually going to be right about the seat cushions? I doubt our elderly passengers will find it as tolerable as before. So it's time we made some improvements. Going forward, we're looking for supplies or materials to brighten up and soften our carriage interiors. I hope we can count on you. Wait, am I actually going to be making seat cushions? I said that kind of as a joke, but let's see what we're making. Yep, we're making seat cushions. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the materials from the merchant. Go ahead and sell those. I don't need them. And let's grab 3 more of these for this week. And then that should wrap up the Nitowikwe custom deliveries for this week. Yep. Let's go ahead and make us some... Oh, cool. They're still level 90, so I can quick craft them. Well, I guess this is the first one for the expansion, so... I guess they just made it for the... You know, they made it through 93, and then the next batch will go through from... I don't remember how they usually do it. Anyway, let's go ahead and craft up these seats. See, I don't think I actually need veneration for this, so let's just try... Oh yeah, I should use veneration. Yeah, I need veneration for it. Oh well, that's why you experiment. Of course, normally you do it when you aren't doing the actual craft. Just in case you mess up. Alright, there's all 3 of them. Let's go ahead and turn them in for this week, and then that'll wrap up this week's custom deliveries. For Nitowikwe, I'll do the other 6 at wherever I'm going to. Just who I was hoping to see. We're remodeling the carriage interiors for a more comfortable ride. And here are some of the plush seats you can use. As I've said, many passengers traveling out of the dome are at an age where rest is paramount. I'd like for them to be seated comfortably. Brilliant, you've outdone the same thing. Yeah, the first one changes depending on the, what stage you're at, and then the second one is based off of the quality of the material you turn in. Which I always have it at max quality, as most people do. So, most people are going to get the max collectability option. You don't actually have to get max collectability on this. You just have to get, I think, the base level collectability. I appreciate everything you're able to bring us, Brilliant. Because of you, I can manage operations from the driver's cab if need be. And on my days off, whenever you're not around, I sit in the office and balance the books. It was rough going at first, but I've nearly got the hang of it now. You delivered this week? Yep. And that's all for Nitowikwe custom deliveries. Let's go ahead and head on over to the Pelupelu tribe. They're in Nitowikwe, right? No, this is in this one's in Nitowikwe in Dokpoga, because Many Fires is the Hanu. Because I remember when we were going through this zone, and then I was doing the Aetheryte cleanup, and then I'm like, wait, was this Aetheryte always here? But no, it wasn't when we were going through this zone originally. And of course, this isn't where they actually started, is it? Hold on, I forgot to actually go and look it up. Okay, let's see. Wrong place. I'm looking for 7.1 content. That's what I'm looking for. And there's... I know it's here. I'm just missing it. There it is. Allied Society's Pelupelu. So we started in an intrepid new enterprise. Oh, right. This is something about some, like, agency? Yeah, tentative. No, that's the first quest. Okay, so where is this? Blue-garbed Pelu in Tuliolol. Of course, it's in Tuliolol. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, let's head back there and go meet our Pelupelu friend. Okay, so the person we need to talk to is an intrepid new enterprise. That's right. I always got to remember that this stuff starts out in the hub city. Usually, there's not very many blue quests that start out in the main area or outside the city nowadays. All right, let's go and talk to the blue-garbed Pelu and get started. An intrepid new enterprise. Oh, I thought we learned this already. Well, I guess we didn't. The blue-garbed Pelu appears to be lost in thought. Maybe meeting with her won't be so easy after all. Mablu said she'd be around here somewhere, though. Also, have we seen a blue-garbed Pelu? I know we've seen mostly the red, and then also Mablu was in pink. Whoa, brilliant, the adventurer. The mighty warrior who traveled the length and breadth of Tyrol, taking in its myriad sights, sounds, and smells, even those within the otherworldly dome. The savvy haggler who helped the Third Promise acquire a saddle worth 10 pel in the thousands column, despite starting with a mere 100. I can hear the gill. My inner Agabicus is clanking away. You're the missing piece I've been looking for. The missing piece of my brand new enterprise, that is. Excuse me? Ahem. Sorry about that. I got carried away. I'm just so happy to finally meet you. Weren't you looking for Mablu? I'm Liplu, a merchant. Yeah, it's Liplu, okay. Until recently, my business was bedclothes, all woven from the finest alpaca wool. My dear friend Mablu told me all about you. I hear you gave her the nudge she needed to embark upon her journey as a peddler. I can't begin to thank you enough. I think this is a girl. It's hard to tell with the child, because these are just the child models. Let not shrunk down adults. Like for the ancients, they would use Elizin bodies with hero heads, and they had like custom ones for that. For these, I'm pretty sure they just used child bodies and just gave them the clothes. But I'll get straight to the point. I have a proposal for you today, Brilliant. How would you like to become a special advisor for a trailblazing tourism venture? I call it the Tirali Travel Agency. Well, they did mention that I had seen the sights, smells, and tastes of Tyrol. Well, I did have some good tacos. So I guess I would be the person to ask about this? Of course you'll be compensated for your time. Okay, now you're talking. You'll also be the first in line for all kinds of special treats and trinkets, not to mention a wealth of exciting experiences. Well, I do like adventurous stories. You don't have to answer right away, but if any of this has roused your interest, please come and visit me in Okhanu. We can go over the finer details there. I'll be waiting for you, along with the rest of my associates. Ta-ta! Oh, cool. I forgot about that jingle. Yeah, that's the Allied Society's jingle. Also, it said Okhanu, so I'll make sure not to teleport over to the one to the east. Oh, right, looks like they're over here. Let's fly on over. Ah, yes, a convenient destination. Let's go ahead and wait at it, like usual. Waiting, waiting, waiting. It even says waiting. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Ah, yes, there are the associates. Ah, there you are. Thank you for coming. Right, here goes. Oh, Kala. I guess I gotta actually learn how to say this, don't I? Oh, Kali. Welcome to Kazoma Uka. Oh, Kali. Yeah, let's just lean into it. I could have sworn we learned this during MSQ. You've mastered the Hanu Hanu greeting. Yeah, I had to for the rite of succession. Also, sir, you can put your hands down. But I wouldn't expect anything less from someone so well. Of course, the game crashes right here. I swear my game like never crashes, but then like, oh, okay. Let's just have it crash, you know, when you like need it to work. Okay, let's get back in. I guess that guy holding up his hands was just too much. I've actually been, I installed Linux on my computer a while ago, like several weeks, and I've just been playing Final Fantasy XIV on that. Because, like, it basically just works. Like, Linux gaming has gotten kind of crazy. Like, I tried, it was perfectly usable, like, when was I doing this? This must have been, like, 2018, when I was daily driving Linux, and, like, I was able to just play most games on Steam with no problem, like, pretty much, like, 90% performance. But now, like, it's honestly crazy just how much more it's developed in those, like, 8 years. Alright, let's wait at the destination again and get to where we were before. Because, like, a lot of stuff just, like, people have figured out how to just make it work. And also with, like, Valve doing Proton and stuff, even then, Proton was usable and it worked very well. But people have taken that and run with it, and it's gotten kind of insane. Yeah, let's skip through this part. We already did it. Yes, yes. Ohokali. You've mastered the Hanu Hanu greeting, but I wouldn't expect anything less from someone so well-traveled. Allow me to introduce myself again. I'm Pelupelu, the founder of the Trolley Travel Agency. With me are my brother, Yubli, and my Hanu Hanu associates. We'll be happy to explain the ins and outs of our budding enterprise. You were there for the Ascension ceremony, weren't you? Yes, I was. But now we gotta do a flashback in case you forgot. Dawn Servant Wuklamot spoke of growing to love her people all the more as she got to know them better, of how she wanted us to live with joy in our hearts and smiles on our faces. Well, those words certainly left their mark. The capital's residents are eager to learn about their fellow trolley, who in turn yearn to foster understanding. You see it too, don't you? An unmistakable business opportunity. Yeah, definitely. Well, that's precisely where the Trolley Travel Agency comes in. We'll answer that burgeoning demand. Our goal is to help revitalize this community as it attempts to rebuild after the Great Storm. Promoting Kazumauka as a tourist destination will provide a much-needed source of income for the region, and with it, all the benefits that follow. Of course, we wouldn't be having this conversation had we not consulted the Hanu beforehand. After much discussion, they kindly agreed to set aside attractive land at Dokpoga for development. And would you believe it? The villagers are flocking to join our staff. Interesting. Also, using flocking with feather people? That seems a bit insensitive. As Pelupelu said, the people are eager to learn about their fellow trolley, and we Hanu are eager to share our culture with them as well. Much as when you helped us to revive Ihihana, we hope to welcome many outsiders into our home, that we may know one another better and enjoy each other's company. And what better way to do so than to support this tourism initiative? Of course, tourism is an industry new to Troll. Of course, I thought they meant isn't, but no, it says is. Of course, tourism is an industry new to Troll. This is unfamiliar territory in many aspects, and people understandably have their concerns. But who better to assuage those concerns than someone who's roamed far and wide, and met the countless trolley from all over the continent? Well, I can see why were looking for me. Actually, you were looking for Mablu first, weren't you? Alright, let's go ahead and talk to these brothers. They're not brothers, they're just Hanu. Mablu introduced Pelupelu to Elder Zunu Hali. She would often visit our village to peddle her wares, and it was because of her we saw fit to consider the proposal. When we first gathered to discuss the issue, Pelupelu painted a vivid picture of the impact her venture would have on the region, financial and otherwise. She pull up a PowerPoint presentation? The Pelupelus The Pelupelu strive to spread happiness through trade. It's little wonder they find a warm welcome wherever they go. Their guiding principle has earned them a great deal of trust over the years. Also, maybe the alcohol helps too. Or the mezcal. You're aware that Gazuma Uka was ravaged by a mighty storm. Yes, I helped with some of the repairs. By welcoming more travelers to our land, we stand to gain many new customers, not to mention the opportunity to work for the travel agency itself. In this way, we hope to raise the funds we need to rebuild and recover. This will also be an excellent chance for the rest of Thrall to get to know us. No matter how you look at it, we'd be a fool not to cooperate with Pelupelu and her brothers. Well, unless you're a bunch of xenophobic garbage, but you know. I handle the managerial side of the enterprise. If you decide to join us, I'll be counting on your insight to help me solve the little problems we're no doubt encountering along the way. I forget if this is the combat one or not. It's probably a combat one. Anyway, let's talk to Pelupelu again. The core of our business is providing accommodations and guided tours for the local area. As we speak, Wook Evo is putting his shipwright skills to use, heading up construction for our base of operations in Dock Poga. From scouring foodstuffs to souvenirs and everything in between, we're working hard in glove with the good people of Okanu to make sure this venture benefits everyone involved. Still, there are a few things I'm worried about. The guided tours, for example. Visitors will journey here after making a reservation at her office in Tuliolol, and we'll have to guarantee their safety every step of the way. After all, we can't expect our customers to handle themselves like you can, so am I gonna have to go clear out the tour routes or something? And that leads us neatly back to my proposition. So how about it? Can we count on your help as a special advisor while the travel agency finds its feet? I mean, I guess so. Consider yourselves advised, especially once propositioned. Who am I to refuse? Oh yeah, who am I to refuse? Ah, I knew I could count on you. I knew we could count on you. Wonderful. Although I'm loath to put you to work straight away, I would seek your assistance. We guides have each devised a plan for our prospective tours, based on our knowledge of our homeland. But we'd benefit greatly from the input of a worldly traveler like yourself. Honest opinions only. Are you sure? Sure about that? Pelupelu, perhaps you could accompany Brilliant and appraise the tours as well. I'll stay behind and oversee construction with Wook Evo. A fine idea. Guides, please wait in your respective tour locations. I will take Brilliant to each of you in turn. So are these quests going to be a bunch of like reading about the local sites and stuff? I don't mind that, it's just I'm already getting a little bit tired. When you're ready, just say the word. I'm keen as the Hanu are to hear your thoughts. Well, I could use some mosquito repellent, that's for sure. All set? Now then, our three guides have planned 3 unique tours, so we will speak with them one at a time before proceeding to the next. We'll start by paying a visit to Genu Hanu, in the Field of Gold, who I am told wishes to showcase local industry with a focus on the village and reed fields. Let's go! You mean the reed fields we had to fix up? with our special with the Harvest Festival dance thing, and then what's his name? And then Quana just came in with some special potion and fixed them too. There's something enchanting about the sights of all these reeds swaying in the wind, especially at night, when you can see the firelights dancing among them. I'm glad you're here. I almost couldn't bear the wait. Right, let me explain my concept for the tour. Ahem. First and foremost, I see this as a chance for our customers to understand we Hanu, and where better to learn than right here among our reed fields. After all, reeds are at the very heart of our culture. Just cast your gaze across these lush fields, and you'll get a sense of what defines us. But that's enough about my thoughts. What do you think? I should like to believe this is a place those not of the Hanu can also appreciate, but... I mean, sure, Pelupelu liked it. I think visitors will take a keen interest in the reed fields. Perhaps reeds shouldn't be the sole focus. They'll be out of harm's reach at the very least. That's a bit, well, shouldn't they talk about the, why they're important and, like, the farming and stuff? I'm gonna go with this one. I mean, they did ask for the honest opinion. The tour should absolutely involve the reeds, but as Berlin suggests, I think visitors will want to learn about other aspects of Hanu culture, too. Perhaps giving them a tour of local settlements will serve as a worthy introduction to your traditions. Yes, I think the plan is coming along nicely. To summarize, if we begin by guiding guests around the village, they'll see how reeds are so tightly interwoven with Hanu culture. Okay, that's kind of what I was getting at. That way, they'll appreciate the precious resource growing in your paddles all the more. I was so excited about showing visitors our fields. I hadn't considered that they might like to learn about the normal everyday lives of the we Hanu too. I appreciate the suggestion. Consider also having a range of handicrafts on offer that visitors might purchase if so inclined. Perhaps a mix of practical household items and more esoteric trinkets, charms and the like. Alright, let's head for Breath Between next. Zilly Holly has proposed a walking tour of the river, and ought to be waiting for us there. Right, that is the river. I forget, that was one of the sightseeing points that we did in that video a while ago. A tour that takes in the village and the fields? Yeah. Yeah, not many fires. Yeah, Breath Between. Yeah, there was a thing about, like, the fishermen dealing with, Yeah, there's the fishermen with the lines over there. Yeah, there's our Pelupelu and our Hanu. The waters here are dazzlingly clear, don't you think? And filled with a bounty of fish besides. Of course, the current is awfully strong as well. We must take care that no guests fall in, lest they be swept away in an instant. Yeah, and we don't have the insurance for that. Good thing they signed that waiver at the beginning. Ah, I completely lost track of time. My attention was whisked away by the endless waters of Kuuzagi. I think that's how I ended up saying it. If you didn't know already, Kuuzagi means big tongue in our language. If you aren't careful, you might find yourself slurped up and taken off by the current. That sounds very dangerous. You know, I bet insights into the language like that would prove a hit with the visitors, that's for sure. I'm glad you think so, but I'm still a little unsure of my plan. The idea is to guide guests along the river, explaining the language and local history as I go. But is that really enough for entertainment? Yes, it is. A leisurely educational stroll sounds delightful. I hope you're well prepared for any water-related mishaps. Ooh, how about working in a spot of fishing, too? That might be interesting. I see! offering an activity besides sightseeing is a wonderful idea. I appreciate your advice. Whatever form the tour takes, I want to make sure our guests leave completely satisfied. I'll be sure to confer with Pelupelu as I hammer out the details. It's time we went in to see Zenu Hanu. He's proposed a magical spelunking tour in which visitors can marvel at the natural beauty of the world beneath our feet. To Camp Kikitola, that's another sightseeing point. I think that's the one with the green moss in the cave or something. Hehe, it's so exciting thinking of ways to entertain our future visitors. I'm sure it is. Let's head on over to the cave. Right, this was the green cave where, yeah, this is a sightseeing point, and I believe, yeah, this moss actually, I think the moss lights up during the night. Obviously, it's the day right now, so we can't check that. The soft green light reflecting off the rocks, the cool, crisp air, and the tinkling of the flowing water. I feel as though I'm in the presence of the divine. Well, I am standing right here. There you are. I was starting to feel lonesome waiting for you to arrive. Let's get straight to it, shall we? Cave Kikitola is the source of many minerals and medicinal ingredients. For generations, it's been held as a sacred site of healing. I'm sure visitors will be enamored with the cave's natural beauty, but the route here from the village is long and arduous, and the interior is rather dark. I fear it might not be a suitable reward for the challenge of simply getting here. Given the cave's symbolic importance, I think it's a splendid idea. Visitors could try their hand at collecting medicines and minerals. I'm more concerned about all the fiends nearby. Let's do this one. An excellent suggestion. Of course, with any such plans, respect for the cave and its significance for the Hanu would be paramount. The souvenirs we acquire in our journey can be quite near and dear to us. I think visitors would love to take a piece of their trip back home, and the villagers could make use of any surplus materials as well. But as Zenu Hanu said, the cave is somewhat remote. We can't discount the possibility of tour groups running afoul of fiends on the way here. Perhaps we'd be better off reserving this course for more seasoned travelers. I must say, the two of you are full of fine ideas. I'm starting to get excited. Just give me a little longer and I'll have my plan ready. Well, with that, we've heard all three proposals from our guides. I'm sure you're tired after all that trapezing. Right, I looked this up. This was in one of the I think it was the melee the melee DPS role quests. And I believe it's pronounced traipsing. And it basically means traversing, going around. But let's head back to Okhanu, shall we? A special tour for seasoned travelers. Alright, let's go ahead and head back to Okhanu. I'll go ahead and teleport there to save a tiny bit of time. And then I think we're probably almost done with this quest. Need to go ahead and check it. Or I guess we'll find out soon. Alright, Pelupelu. What do you think? They all sound like good ideas to me. The third one is definitely a little bit more perilous, though. Sorry to have taken up so much of your time, but you helped address the guide's worries and brought some excellent suggestions to the table. While we were out there, a question I've been pondering came to mind. What exactly is it that we're selling with the Trolley Travel Agency? It's not as simple as peddling produce or providing a service. If we're unsure, we'll have a hard time enticing customers. Aren't you just selling a good time? For the longest time, I couldn't pinpoint the answer. But hearing those proposals made it crystal clear. We're in the business of ephemeral experiences. Yeah, that's what I just said. It's our responsibility to curate every moment of a visitor's stay and ensure they leave with wonderful memories that last a lifetime. That way, our customers will be sure to fall in love with Nitowikwe and its people. And the Gill. I can practically hear my inner abacus clacking away. Yes, you said that before. Provided we hold fast to our principles and remember that we're here to serve our customers above all else, I'm confident that there'll be no qualms about departing with their hard-earned Pel. Oh right, it's Pel, not Gil. The trolley travel agency will be synonymous with experiences both exceptional and unforgettable. I'll have to drive that message home when I promote our enterprise in the capital. Then there's the matter of making sure the benefits outweigh the burdens for the Hanu. There's so much to do. But before all that, how about we take a look at our soon-to-be-built base of operations near Dokpoga? Knowing my brother in Wokivu, I dare say they've made remarkable progress already. I'm sure they have. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to make my way over there myself because you decided to leave me alone. Alright, let's head over to Dokpoga and wrap this one up. I think we might do the next one too. Let me see. So that'll unlock it, but I don't think we can until we get the next rank. Yeah, it's probably the case. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up, and we'll see if I need to get to the next rank or not. Alright, Lupu, I mean, it looks pretty... Well, I guess it's still under construction. But at least I got the Aetherite up. That'll make getting here a lot easier. Apparently, they're ready to start construction. Sure looks like they started to me. The blueprints have been finalized, and all the materials are to hand. Once the work is finished, then the countdown really begins. Here's hoping for satisfied customers, and more importantly, happiness for all involved. Be they Hanu, Pelu, or adventurer extraordinaire. Yep, that's me. It's so wonderful to have you on board. Let's work together and make this a stunning success. Sounds good, and we get the Ohokali emote. That's right, it still uses the ARR completing jingle for the Allied Societies. What do you say we get this thing built? That was fast. The alpaca. With construction work on the trolley travel agency complete, Pelupelu and her associates have their eyes set on establishing Nitowikwe as the top tourist destination. Yet a host of challenges remain before their goal can be realized. As Special Advisor, it is your duty to offer support and guidance as they embark upon this exciting new enterprise. Sounds good. I think, that might be the last part that we can do for now. Trolley Travel Agency, Society Quests unlocked. Reputation has increased to friendly. You have achieved friendly reputation with the Trolley Travel Agency. Pelupelu Society Quests are now available, and you believe from the dock. Furthermore, you now purchase wares from Podly. Now we'll go ahead and check out what we have unlocked first. Pelu Proponent 1. Alright, yeah, we can't do the next one yet. But let's go ahead and see what we have available at the shop here first. Absolutely nothing. Okay, it looks like it's just materia. Okay, yeah, I'm sure we'll get stuff later. No, right, I'll go ahead and, I'll be doing the quests on my own, obviously. So, so that next week we'll be able to do this again. But, I think that's all that's all that I was planning on doing for today. I didn't expect it to go quite that fast, but I'm glad that we got those unlocked. So now we can go ahead and like start with those and work on the new quests for Nitowikwe and Trolley Travel Agency as we make our way through the rest of the 7.1 content. And I have a list of the stuff that I want to be doing. I know I'm going to be doing obviously the Alliance raid. There's a Hildebrand quest. There's the Master Roll quests. There's another Wachumekimeki delivery quest. There's an epilogue quest for Pandemonium, actually. And then I think there might be like one other thing I wanted to do, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. We'll need to go and I'll need to go and actually just pull up my list. I think I have it here. Yeah, I do. Stream notes. I can look at what I was planning on doing. So yeah, so that's Pelupelu, Nitowikwe, the Alliance raid. Yeah, so those are all the ones that I was planning on doing. And so that's actually, obviously, there's much less stuff to do than, whatever the heck I was just thinking of. Whoops, that's not the button I meant to press. There's a lot less stuff than the main expansion content, obviously, because, you know, it's the main expansion. But it should take us just a little bit of time to get through. But we'll be doing Nitowikwe custom deliveries, starting the streams with Nitowikwe custom deliveries and the I might just do like short streams on Sundays doing those just to make them easy. And then yeah, that actually would be pretty nice because that would get me to be doing 2 streams a week and would actually get me through the content a tiny bit faster, which I don't mind how long the content takes me to get through. Even though I would like it to be just a little bit faster than I do that, because, like, the thing is YouTube doesn't get to these quests until for, like, a month, because, like, especially now, since I did that January break, like, that ended up being, like, a month, getting them a month behind, even though I only did, like, 3 streams during that break. But also, since I'm breaking up the the on-trail roll quests into 1 video per quest, and there's 6 quests for each of them, so that's literally 30 videos. So that ends up being 10 weeks worth of videos. YouTube's gonna get pretty behind on what's happening in the stream, so it's not really imperative that I get that I like make my way through the stuff on stream quickly. But again, I'd like to actually get through most of the content before the next expansion comes out, because before my hand started hurting and my forearm started hurting, I was like kind of getting close to catching up on Endwalker content, but then Dawn Trail came out and that set me behind like crazy, and now we're in 7.4 and I'm only just getting the 7.1 content. Either way, it does frustrate me a little bit, but at the same time, like, now that my hand and forearm are doing way better, it's nice to actually just be able to somewhat consistently stream, even if I'm only doing 1 per week. So yeah, I think I will try and do the Nitowikwe custom delivery turn-in and the Trolley Travel Agency, the Pelupelu Society quests on Sundays. Obviously, we can't do it tomorrow because I haven't gotten enough rank on either of them to be able to do the next quest. So I guess we'll be starting that next week. Well, but until then, goodbye.